Hazer, a tough game tonight, but first off, Hutchie stepped up big tonight. He had a really great game in that.
Yeah, 100%. He was ready to play and he was dialed in. And, the guys in front of him let him down basically at the end of the day. It's a tough spot to jump in against a really good team. Yeah, it gave us a great opportunity to pull this one to the right side of things.
Well, you mentioned the defense at the end, but the first 3 quarters of the defense, they really were playing aggressive. They weren't giving Ottawa a lot of openings, particularly they really shut Jeff Teat down those first 3 quarters.
Yeah, 100%. We were doing what we planned on doing there. Just like I say, kind of take away some time and space and be reactive to get back into the middle, to sink, to have that support. And then it's just those mental mistakes, just taking wrong lanes and allowing 51 to just have clean lanes to the net. Like it's just inopportune times that we turn off our brains, and they capitalized on it.
Now, on the offensive end, they got to a strong start. They got jumped out to a 4-1 lead, and then really Ottawa really shut them down. What did you see that either wasn't burying or that Ottawa was doing to really make the offense not click tonight?
Yeah, they did a really good job of getting on hands, and again, we took a lot of shots there as well. The quality kind of dissipated through the game as it wore on until we got down into the fourth quarter, and we were taking better shots, I guess, at the end of the day. Just Higgins played well as well. Like you can look at a lot of factors, but for me, we didn't show up for 30 minutes of lacrosse. It was just, we had a real good opportunity. If we would just came in and dialed in and focused and just picked up our energy and took it to us, we wouldn't have been in a dogfight. And it's unfortunately really familiar to a few weeks ago against Toronto. We were just doing enough to be in it, and they were just kind of sticking around, and they're the one that flicked the switch, and we just couldn't match it again here. So we just got to figure it out here to turn that switch on when we start, because again, the potential's there. But potential's only going to get you so freaking ass far, and right now it's not doing the job.
One of the bright spots on the offense was Zed Williams. He continues to do everything possible, setting picks, getting guys open, and also coming up with some big goals. I mean, he really did a lot tonight.
Yeah, again, Zeddy's a big body, and again, he's doing the job that we need him to do, right? And again, it's still going to come with that group, I think. It's still, again, getting used to each other, our spacing and such like that. And again, we want to make sure the ball is zipping across and a little more movement there. And that's everybody that's got to continue to do that job to kind of move forward with here.
And Graydon, he's been in and out of the lineup over the last couple of weeks. Tonight he came up also big. He had a couple key goals as well.
He buzzes, right? He's a tough check because his feet move so well, and again, he's not afraid to get through the middle and play it inside out. And again, when his opportunity comes, he has great hands and buried a couple. I think he buried a couple on there for us tonight, right? So, yeah, he's playing really well. And again, it's we can point to certain guys, and we can point to certain guys right now that aren't doing quite the job we need them to do, and that's been the difference. We're not all doing the job we need to do here right now.
The last one for me, one of the guys that was doing the job tonight, Jeremy Thompson at the face-off X, he really set the tone, particularly in the first half, of really dominating the X and getting those extra possessions.
That's been 2 weeks for Jeremy on that. And I think, again, Jeremy coming into a new team, right, started on the face-off dot, and again, Capper came in and did a real good job. I think it kind of motivated Jeremy to a certain degree here that he can bring more. And that's what we're expecting out of him, to bring more. And the last couple of weeks, he's brought a lot for us that we just got to make sure we jump on the wagon, jump on his back, whatever we got to jump on to keep that momentum going here.
Coach, real quick, with the close deficit matches that you've had, I want to know, is that something that you can advocate and illustrate through your team by watching tape and being able to talk to them? Or do you think that going through these game experiences and losing some of these close games would just be able to help you game experience-wise? Or do you think that advocating and illustrating that through tape would help?
A little bit of both. Like I say, the experience here, and again, being in those tight matches and recognizing where our breakdowns happen, because a lot of it tonight was an individual shutting our brain off, and we got to learn to not shut our brains off. And if we can do that, then we'll get going. But again, right, it's tight games. Tight games kind of mold you. And iron, what's the saying? I don't know what it is, but iron sharpens iron. That's what these games are, right? Like we just got to make sure we build and we learn, and we just take a next step forward here.
Another quick question: with these, obviously, with the bodies you have next week, and then obviously coming back for the following week, playing at home, how good is it going to be able to get those 2 weeks and try to sharpen those irons and be able to come back the next game and be even sharper and close out how you want to close out?
Yeah, 100%. Like I say, it's going to be nice to a certain degree to kind of take a step back, take a step away, and just kind of, reset mentally here a little bit. These 2 weeks are going to help us get Rylan Reese on the floor for us, and that's a body that we're going to need to kind of move forward. So that's going to be a great pickup for us when he does, and if he's available in a couple weeks. Yeah, it's a good time. And again, we're not flushing this one. We're going to live, we're going to learn, but it might be at a good time. As much as our schedule has been kind of off and a little bit quirky this year, not that consistency, we'll get consistency and to see what we're made of in a few weeks.
Yeah, with the last bye week of the season, kind of splitting the season in half, what needs to be different coming out of the second half, knowing that there is no anchor or no life raft coming for you?
Yeah, you know what? I think, me personally, I like consistency. I like getting on that roll, knowing we're going to be where we are going to be on a Tuesday, and then showing up on the weekend and playing. I like that consistency personally. So that's going to be nice. And I think these last 2 weeks, our mentality's got to be, we're down, we're behind the 8 ball when we show up. We can't wait till late in the fourth quarter to kind of flick that switch and turn it on. We got to have that mentality here, is that we're fighting for our lives at the very first opening face-off, and we got to make sure we're building off that, and we'll see what we're made of again.